Talk about AB495, a bill that you are warning could legalize child trafficking. I mean, those are fighting words, Pastor Hibbs. Yep. I trust your contention. Educate us. We have a lot of time here, so please, what is this all about?
Charlie, I have it in front of me, and the preamble to this is I never thought in my lifetime that I would stand before our congregation of over 10,000 adults and say, if this bill passes, you need to get your kid out of public school and into private school or homeschool, or you need to leave the state of California. That was not hyperbole. That was not any form of a joke. Dead serious. AB495. It's Charlie, and it's actually an anti-Trump, anti-ICE bit of legislation written by Assembly member Celeste Rodriguez, and it is this, that if the bill passes, that is, if Gavin Newsom signs it into law next week, that you can go to the state website in your home, you can download an affidavit. You can check the box that says, did you attempt to reach out to the parents regarding the possession of the child? Check the box, yes or no. If the person who downloaded this affidavit checks the box, yes, they sign their name, they go down to the local school where this child is, your child, my grandkids, and they can bring the child, the school board has to relinquish the child's possession into the hands of the requester, because here's the bill. Because it is a bill of compassion. It is to shield children against ICE taking their parents during the school day without the child now having a place to go home to, an occupied home with mom and dad. And so it's a compassion bill, Charlie. It is going to protect the child. Here's how it protects the child. Any Joe who can download the form without a background check, without having to produce license, driver's license, passport number, social security number. Those things are suggested, not required. Mm-hmm. Get a load of this, Charlie. When the individual receives possession of your child, and the school cannot refuse them, the school is also not obligated to tell the parents when the end of the school day comes who took the child, where the child is at. There's no accountability whatsoever, because it is all geared to hide the child from investigation that could possibly lead the child to ICE agents or the like, because it's an assumption that their parents are illegal. Here's the thing, Charlie, we have had, I'm not going to mention their names, but you know, you and I share some of the great legal minds in America, yes, that help us all out at all times. They've studied the bill. They told us, listen to this. They said, Jack, normally the devil is in the details. This is the most sick legislation ever proposed in California. That's saying a lot, because there are no details. It is so vague and so open that it can be interpreted in any way. And in fact, I had one great legal mind in America tell me this week, it's so dangerous, Charlie, that it may not only be assigned to public schools. It could be something, a daycare center, where somebody comes in, non-relative, non-related individual, to snatch your child out of school, and you won't find out about it till the end of the day. That's what we're looking at.
This is an invitation to sexual predators.
100%.
This is open season on these California children. And so you are leading a protest in Sacramento. I want to dive deeper into it, but I want to make sure we get the call to action. We have 5 minutes here, Jack. Tell us time, place, when, call to action. I want our whole audience in California to rally behind you, Jack. So tell us, you are leading the charge. So, Jack, please tell us.
I'm calling for a minimum of 5,000 people, so don't assume somebody else is going to show up. You show up, everybody. It's August 19th. That's a Tuesday next week at the state capitol. And if you show up at about 11 o'clock, that'd be really good. We'll get things started. And here's the reason why we want your body there. We want you to just stand there with us, because the last time we did this, Charlie, several years ago, a similar bill, not as bad, made it through, and Newsom, so to speak, looked out of his window and saw 3,000 people standing there, and he backed off. He is a true politician. He's got his eyes set on the presidency in 2028. And if we show up en masse, he's not going to want to own this bill. He will have the power to veto it and shut it down. And so I am pleading with people, drive, fly, take a bus, take a train, get there by whatever means possible. We will stand respectfully, and we've got a series of great attorneys and speakers that are going to address the crowd. But join us in making California history. Let's stop evil. This is doing righteousness, actually. When we preach the gospel, Amen. That's great. But when we make disciples, we are encouraging people to stand for righteousness. So, Charlie, I want to thank you for giving us a voice right now to invite people. August 19th, come on out at 11 p.m. at the steps of California Capitol in Sacramento.
And so I want to dive deeper into the elements here. It is August 19th. I'm writing it down. I'm going to text all my pastor friends, too, in the Sacramento area. That's a no-brainer, right? And by the way, I'm also going to text Mr. Gavin Newsom. I'm going to say, listen, we're watching, right? We are watching. Right. We are going to remember this. And Gavin, you want to keep on being a podcast host or all this. We are going to remember how you act, the leadership you have. You know, you can go gallivant around the country, but this dog does not hunt in any of the battleground states that you allegedly want to win when you're running for the presidency in 2028. And so I just want to make sure I understand this, Jack, because you said it so perfectly, but it's hard to internalize. Any stranger can take a kid out of school under the guise of protecting kids from an ICE raid.
Non-related individual. Non-related individual.
That's
so think about that for a moment. It's sick. So think about, Charlie, think about your kids. It could be that you've got a neighbor who can't stand you because you're Charlie Kirk. They know your work hours. They know that your child goes to XYZ school. They could go to that school and say, here's the affidavit. I've signed it. I checked the box that says I tried to reach the parents, which is a lie. And I am now requesting, based on this affidavit, the possession of Susie Q. The school cannot hold that back because the affidavit serves as an actual recognized court document where the individual is then awarded the possession of your child, all in the name of saving the child from the parental situation that ICE has generated by the bad orange man.
It's just, again, it's so incredible. Let's go to cut 424. This is Nicole Pearson from Facts, Law, Truth, and Justice. She is warning about the bill. And so you might say, oh, this is just Jack Hibbs being hyperbolic. First of all, Jack is never hyperbolic. But you can't just dismiss this. Play cut 424 here.
It is like the perfect storm. It helps traffickers and groomers and pedophiles and rapists and people who want to abuse children and take advantage of children. It helps remove them from their homes and then erase any trace of that child so that you cannot find your child and protect your child. That is the reality of California. That is why California is one of the worst states. That, coupled with the fact that it's a sanctuary state. No child in this country is safe with the laws that are currently in place in California and that they want to implement right now in California this legislative session. For every bad actor to take children and do whatever they want with zero legal recourse. There is zero protection, and it's not for children of undocumented immigrants. It's for every child who lives in the state and who's brought to the state.
Jack, 30 seconds, and I want to keep you for another segment, please.
She's 100% accurate. In fact, she will be one of our speakers on the Capitol steps. Charlie, so much so she didn't touch on this. That affidavit grants that individual also medical rights, medical care authorization of the child as well. I mean, this is absolutely some stranger having been given the right of the state of California to basically instantly snap your fingers, become the authority over this child's life.
Unbelievable.
I got to tell you, Charlie, you know this. If we don't stop this in California, it's going to be in Washington and Oregon in about 3 months.
100%. No, they look, again, they want to be able to kidnap your children. There is no other reading of the bill.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.